Chris Berman. Got a lot of games to cover. Let's get at it. In our first game this week, we had the Raiders convincingly win by 15. Number 81 had a stellar game, but all said and done, his performance wasn't enough to lift his team to a victory. Number 11 pulled down 100-plus receiving yards and helped his Bills beat the Steelers. In the Big Apple, New York, we had the Giants get blown out by 28. Over at Gillette Stadium, we had the Patriots edge their way to a narrow 3-point win. The Chiefs passed for an eye-popping 450-plus yards in their win at Arrowhead Stadium. Seahawks, Colts. Plus, number 14 was definitely a key as he was able to work his way open for a big one here. The Colts win this one by the final score of 24-21. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Boomer, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. This guy sticks out on this list as one of the more costly injuries. He's suffering from symptoms of a concussion, and he'll be out for 14 weeks. In front of you, we've got the NFC list. And as you can see, they could form their own MASH unit. Carson is probably the one that most leaps out at you. Unfortunately, it's a torn ACL, and that'll keep him out for the rest of the regular season. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
The 49ers won on the road and will have to travel again next week when they meet the Eagles. Smith had a stellar game, but all said and done, his performance wasn't enough to lift his team to a victory. Number 4 threw for a ton of touchdowns and helped his Cowboys beat the Buccaneers. Down in the deep south of Atlanta, we had the Falcons edge their way to a narrow 3-point win. Bears, Rams. Ramsey is almost like a center fielder back there. Picks it off at his own 30-yard line. Look at the wheels in the midfield stripe. He's thinking more than just a pick. He's thinking touchdown. What a turnaround, 70 yards. The Rams go on to win this by the final score of 36-14. Over in Raljean, Maryland, we had the Redskins walk away with a 6-point victory. The Cardinals accumulated over 150 return yards in their win at Nashville. The Texans won at home, but will take to the road next week to meet the Browns. We had an interesting free agency pickup of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris. Let's switch gears and talk about players that'll have new homes in the National Football League, as free agency continues to play such a huge role in determining a team's makeup. This guy is on the move. Perhaps not for all that he thought he'd get, but a good deal nonetheless. 6 years, $5.4 million, plus a $1.6 million signing bonus. Mason will also have a new address for a while as he signs a 4-year contract with the Bengals. This guy will have a new place to call home as he accepts a new contract. 5 years, $4.0 million, plus a $1.2 million signing bonus. Harrison will also have a new address for a while as he signs a 4-year contract with the Falcons.
And in our final game, we had the Packers come away victorious. So, as usual, plenty of surprises around the NFL. And heck, we just got into week 1. My primetime players' game balls go out to these gentlemen, each one with a fine start to the season. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.